Hi and welcome to another episode of Fairmont Rainmakers. In this episode, we will talk about the benefits of franchising. We will go over capital. So, if you start a business, you need some capital unless you are starting a services business or a brokerage without employees, without office. If you are starting a business like that, then you don't require capital. But if you are starting a real estate business or a products business, then you need capital. We will go over motivated and effective management. So when you join a franchise, you get experience from all the board. If the franchisor has a board, or you get the experience from the team. Now, if you join a franchise, one of the main things is the know-how. Okay, so you get the know-how. You don't know what you're doing if you start a new business. Okay, but if you join a franchise, then you just need to follow the process, so step by step. You get that with a franchise. You get a speed of growth, reduced involvement in day-to-day operations. You limit risk and liability. Okay, so you don't have a lot of risk if you join a franchise, unless you're just not a business person. You have a lot less risks. Now, when you join a franchise, you also leverage the brand. Okay, that's very important. Okay, because if you want to create a new brand, you will need to work a lot, and you will need to basically, you cannot fail, because when you're building a brand and you damage the reputation of the brand, then that's it. Like, it's very difficult to get it back. So you need to be very good at what you're doing to build a brand. And if you are new, then you don't know what you're doing, and you will make mistakes. And if you make mistakes, then your brand will suffer. So it is better to join a franchise, because the franchisor, they won't damage their brand. Okay, they won't be doing things that can manage the brand. So that's why they are successful. Okay, they have experience in doing it. You will also get advertising and promotion. Okay, because of the same thing, a franchisor will invest into marketing and branding, and that's why you won't need to work on that. You won't need to be investing your time into like, if you just set up a new business, you need to do a lot of things. Okay, you need to run a lot of things. You need to run accounts, you need to run operations, admin, management, marketing, branding. Like, it's quite hard. Okay, but if you join a franchise, you don't need to do any of that. You just need to follow the steps. You just need to do what the franchisor is telling you, and you will be successful. And then you have another advantages, like customer loyalty, because if you join a franchise, is due to the same reason, because the franchise has a brand. You will leverage that brand, and your clients, your customers will trust the company more. If you know about business, business is about trust. Okay, if people trust your brand, they will give you money. They need to know you. Clients need to know you. Clients need to trust you, and clients need to be aware of your brand. Okay, that's how you make money. If a lot of clients know about your brand, a lot of clients will give you money. Now, you can have a great company, but if people don't know about your brand, then they will have doubts. Okay, if you set up a new business, okay, you don't have a name, you don't have a brand, you don't have a name to leverage. Okay, you just need to do everything yourself, and then you are one person. Or I mean, if you're in real estate, you're one person. Okay, if you want to broker deals, then the same, you're one person. I mean, you can set up a brand, but the brand is just is a small brand. Maybe a few clients will know you. You will know a few leads. You will get a few leads. You will have some brand presence, but it will be quite low. Okay, now if you join a franchise, then you will have a brand supporting you. Okay, and the brand won't let you do things that can damage the reputation of the brand. Okay, and then you have international expansion. Okay, it's the same. I know about franchisors in real estate, and I know that many, well, in companies like Keller Williams or Remax or Caldwell, I believe it's called, Caldwell. You have a lot of franchisees that own probably 10 different franchises in over maybe 3 different territories. I mean, I don't know if you know, but for example, in Remax, there are franchisees that have franchises that are bigger than entire companies. I know that there are franchisees in Remax that have franchises that are bigger than Hamptons International. Okay, and that's a big company, but yeah, I mean, you can leverage so much, and you can concentrate in the most important things. Okay, if you are in business, you need to know that the most important thing is to close. Okay, you need to close people. You need to close deals, because when you close deals, you make money. If you're not closing, you're not making money. Okay, if you're not closing, you are thinking, and you don't need to think. You need to close. Okay, you don't need to think about running a business. You don't need to think about how to get a deal, how to find a deal. Like, for example, in real estate sourcing. Okay, real estate sourcing is different than real estate agents. Okay, a real estate sourcer is someone that knows about real estate strategies, or a property sourcer is someone that knows about property strategies. If you are a property sourcer, you should know about all the property strategies that exist. You should know how to do due diligence. You should, I mean, if you talk to an investor, to a property investor, and you are a property sourcer, you should know what are you talking about. If you don't want to know what are you talking about, then you should be a real estate agent. You should be a property agent. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being a property agent. I mean, there are property agents or real estate agents that make a lot of money, mainly in sales. I don't think that much in lettings, but I'm sure some do, but not like tens of millions or hundreds of millions. But then you don't need to know. I mean, you are showing a property to a family. They want to live there. They want to raise kids there, and that's it. I mean, they won't be asking you, for example, if you are selling land, you need to know about the planning potential. You need to know about the gross development value of the land. If the land has planning, you need to know roughly the building costs as well. You need to do due diligence. You need to know the market. You need to know the area. I mean, as a real estate agent, you need to know the area, because maybe the people that you're showing the property to, they want to know what is close to the area where the property is. They want the supermarkets, coffee shops, things like that. But if you are selling land with planning potential, then you also need to know if the council will grant planning. So that's different. Okay, it's not the same. The same with other strategies. If you are sourcing below market value deals, you need to get a risk valuation, or you need to know comparables. You need to do more. Okay, if you're sourcing deals, you need to do more. Okay, because investors, not all of them, but many investors, they are experienced, so they know the market. Okay, and this is the thing. A lot of experienced investors, they don't work with brokers. Okay, developers, business buyers, a lot of them, they don't like brokers. They don't like to work with brokers, and they don't do it because a lot of brokers, they don't care really. They just want the commission. Okay, I mean, at Fairmont Rainmakers, we are not. I mean, if you're starting, yes, you want the commission, but long term, you want to be an investor. Long term, you want to build a portfolio. You want to have assets. Okay, and you want to have a lot of assets, because you want to reach the point where your assets are giving you income. Okay, without you having to work a lot. There's a lot of people that say passive income is not real, things like that. But if you have a real estate portfolio of 100 million, and your real estate portfolio is being managed by the best real estate management companies, and your portfolio is giving you 6% a year, you are not doing anything, and you are making 6 million a year. Okay, now 100 million is a lot, but with 10 million you're making 600k. With a million you can make 60k without doing anything. Okay, so that's passive income. You don't need to manage the business. Okay, so you can choose to do that. I think that when it's funny, because if you think that that's a good life, like that's what you want to do, I mean, you will get bored. Okay, if you are not working, if you are not doing anything, you will get bored. Okay, because you want to have something to do. Okay, now if you have a big family, a lot of kids, and you are busy, then it's great, because you're just enjoying and doing things, and maybe traveling, and just doing something that you really like, and you don't need to worry about money. Okay, so that it is possible to achieve that. But if you're just looking to retire, okay, and do nothing, really nothing, then yeah, I think you can get bored, especially if you worked for many years doing something that you liked, and that made you feel better. So you shouldn't think about retiring. You should think about designing a life that you really like, and making a lot of money, and at the same time enjoying life. Okay, because you really, and at the same time, you really don't want to run a business that you don't like. Okay, if you really don't want to do something that you don't want to do. Okay, you need to know that definitely in business and in finance, you need to focus on the money. Okay, but you don't need to do things that you don't like. I mean, if they won't give you a lot of money. For example, if someone tells you you can work in a kitchen, okay, and you will make $1 million a year, then my advice will be do it. Definitely, you need to do it, because you will make $1 million a year. But if you're working for 40k or 50k or 30k or 20k, then you should do something different. I mean, if you have to do it because you need to bring income, then yes, you need to do it, but then you need to work extra in doing something else, so that you create more income. And then the more income you create, the less work you will have to do. Then your work will be different. Okay, at the beginning, you need to work a lot if you're starting from nothing, but you can reach a point where your skills and your knowledge and your ability is great, and you can make a lot of money doing less. So what you want to do is do less and make more. Okay, there's people that tell you, oh, you just need to work hard, and then other people tell you, no, don't work hard, just work smart. And you really should do both, but at the beginning you need to work very, very hard, and you will achieve less. But if you work in your strategy, you can work less and achieve more. There are kids making millions, and they're just traveling, filming, and selling things on the internet. Okay, that's the world we live in now. So you need to be up to date. Okay, social media. Well, you need to use technology. You need to use social media. You need to use the new tools that we have that we didn't have before. You need to know how to use everything. And that's why a franchise is a very good investment strategy. Because, well, first you need to research. Now, it's the same in everything in life. You need to think about your strategy, okay, for everything. Okay, this is just life advice. You need to think about your strategy, and if you are going to invest your time in anything, you need to think about your strategy. If you want to achieve anything, you need to think about your strategy. If you want to release for anything, like if you want to get a partner, if you want to get money, if you want to get physical things, even spiritual things, like in everything, you need a strategy, and you need the right strategy. So you need to use the laws of influence. You need to know how it works. One of the laws is social proof. Okay, you need to use social proof in everything that you do to get things. You need to know how it works, and in franchises you do that. I mean, if you buy a McDonald's franchise, you are using all the laws of influence, really, because you have a lot of social proof. Okay, it's not that you are just setting up your restaurant and selling hamburgers to people, and nobody knows the name of your restaurant. Okay, and you want to build a brand, and you want to build like a lot of a chain. I mean, it will be very difficult. It is possible, but it's very difficult, because you are competing with McDonald's, and you are competing with massive brands with billions selling like crazy. They have all the contacts, they have all the knowledge, they have all the experience, and they have a lot of money for marketing. So they can price you out very easily. However, if you join a franchise, then you have all the tools that they have. Okay, it's like if you go to war, you can go by yourself, or you can join an army. Okay, if you want to create an army, that's different. Okay, but if you want to join an army, then you need to research into all the options available, because the same thing, it's not that franchising is the best way and you should buy any franchise. You should buy a franchise that you like. You should buy a franchise that you are passionate about. You should work on an industry that you like. Okay, that's the difference between just having a kind of work, a job mentality, and a business mentality. If you want to run businesses, then you have a lot of options. I mean, there are so many ways to make money that it is crazy, and every day there are new ways. Technology is just changing the world so fast that you need to catch up, and you need to be on top of technology, and you need to be aware of all the things that technology is bringing us and will bring in the future. I believe global basic income will be necessary, because technology will take a lot of jobs, like a crazy amount of jobs, and prices will go down. I mean, if technology is working, a robot can work 24/7 without complaints, and you just need to pay for the electricity and for maintenance. So do you think a company will prefer a human or a robot? I mean, a company is about profits. It's about money. It's about finance. Okay, it's not about caring about because, like, do you think a company cares that someone will lose a job? I mean, they really don't care. They just care about profits. unless is a company that is owned by the employees, but that's different. So if you want to buy a franchise, you should buy a franchise in a good industry. Okay, you should, if you are hands on chiropractor, okay, and you want to buy a franchise, then you should buy a franchise that specialize in what you want to do. Okay, at Fairmont Rainmakers, we are a finance franchise. Okay, we make money using real estate. We make money buying businesses in healthcare, but our focus is on the financial side, on the money. Okay, we focus on the money. We don't focus on the other side of the businesses. So when you run a business, you need to think about a lot of things. You need to think about so many things that you will forget about the money. And that happened to me, well, many years ago, on my first businesses, because you need to do a lot of things. Okay, and you need to do so many things that you can forget about the money. Okay, you may not keep track. And if you don't believe me, you just Google how many businesses fail. Okay, if a business fails, it fails because it's not making money. Okay, a business fails because the business is not profitable, not because the person didn't like what the person was doing, the entrepreneur didn't like what he was doing or she was doing. That's not the reason why a business fails. A business fails because the business is not profitable. And the business is not profitable if the owner is not thinking about the money, about the finance, about how to make the business more profitable. Okay, so that's what you need to think about, and that's what we think about. Okay, our franchise is designed to make money. It's not. That's why we don't go to any industry. I mean, that's why we don't want to go to things that can be disrupted, because technology is disrupting everything and will keep disrupting everything, and we don't want to work to be disrupted. We want to disrupt industries and companies and if you think about the finance, then you will understand that in reality money is not something that can be disrupted. Like, for example, private equity firms, do you think they are being disrupted? Like, if you study Blackstone, if you study BlackRock, that's what we study, and those companies, they're not being disrupted because they can exit very, very quickly if they want to. Okay, and they have teams that are researching industries, and teams are researching how the world is changing. For example, now with the COVID, a lot of things are being disrupted. Okay, a lot of tech companies are increasing profitability in numbers that you cannot even imagine. I mean, Apple is now a $2 trillion company. Amazon is around 1.6 trillion now, but it will be 2 trillion, and that's how it works. Okay, tech is going to disrupt a lot of things. The internet is here to change everything. Okay, and if you think about the new generations, if you think about the millennials and the generation X and generation Y and generation Z and all the new generations that are coming, I mean, you will realize that everything will change. Okay, and at some point the way everything is done will change, and that change will be made by entrepreneurs, but not the ones that want to set up a business that is old and that is using the same old ways. Okay, I mean, and that's what we do. We run businesses that we know will stay. I mean, real estate is something that will stay. Okay, the only thing that can disrupt real estate in a big way will be 3D printing. Okay, real estate prices can go down as well if people stop working from offices, but that won't happen in a big way because productivity is different. Okay, not there are, but the other things, there are a lot of professions that will be working in a very similar productive way from home or from office or from an office. I mean, I think that someone working on customer service can work in a similar way in an office or at home. But if you are in finance, if you're a trader, or if you are a stockbroker, then I mean, yeah, JP Morgan is asking employees to go back to the office because productivity is different. So it depends. So why should you invest into a franchise? You have a lot of advantages. Okay, do you have any disadvantages? I think that the disadvantages are down to the franchisor. Okay, so you need to check the company. Okay, you need to do your research, and you shouldn't buy a franchise that you think is not what you're looking for. Okay, you want to buy a franchise that you like. You want to buy a franchise that is working in the industry that you want to get into. Okay, we work in real estate, we work in healthcare, because we know that those industries are going to stay. Those industries won't be disrupted in a big way. And I mean, everyone needs a place to stay. Everyone needs to rent a place. Everyone needs to be healthy. Okay, those are industries that will stay. I mean, with COVID, a lot of clinics made more money instead of lose money. You have all more opportunities as well. You can broker medical equipment. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities in healthcare and in real estate. So that's why we work in these two industries. And if you want to find out more, just go to our website. But if you are just listening to this just to learn more about how franchises work, if you want to get into a different industry, then yes, my advice is to research the companies and check their results. Okay, you need to check if the companies that you are going to work on won't be disrupted as well. Okay, it's a lot of industries are being disrupted. If I have to give advice to people into an industry that they should avoid. I mean, I think there are many, really. There are a lot of industries that you just should avoid forever. Okay, I think. I mean, the hospitality industry is being disrupted, and a lot of people will suffer. I mean, if you're a business owner and you have hotels, I mean, I used to watch people on TV. There was a guy, I think he owned probably 5 hotels, and this was when everyone was in lockdown. He was saying that he wanted everything to open, and he wanted people to choose if they want to go to the hotel or not. He was saying like it's fine, just people should choose if they want to go out or not. So the government shouldn't tell people to stay at home, he was saying. And he was saying that because he was losing a lot of money, because his hotels were losing money. In the other hand, if you're in finance, then that's different, because if you're in finance, I mean, the companies giving mortgages, banks, they had to wait. I mean, they just gave a 3 months mortgage holiday to clients. And if you think, oh yes, they just gave 3 months mortgage holiday so that they don't pay the mortgage, and they give them a break, okay, and they want profit from the situation, I think you're wrong, because yes, they gave a 3 months mortgage holidays, but they add that to the mortgage, and I'm sure they will be adding interest to the new debt. So I believe banks and finance companies made money in COVID. Okay, and that's without tech, because tech made crazy money. But tech is also because tech is not being disrupted. Tech is here to stay, and is here to disrupt a lot of industries. Well, I hope you do well in your business journey, and I hope you find an industry that you are passionate about, and I hope that you find a deal, a company that you're passionate about. And if you are passionate about real estate or finance or healthcare, and you just want to make a lot of money, then check our website, and we can talk more. Thanks for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.